Brian Windhorst here on the program. What about Ben Simmons out for the play-in tournament? Nets win 2, they get in. And man, Nets versus whoever finishes up number 1, if that is in fact the way it would go, would be quite lit, as the kids say. What is the scoop with Ben Simmons right now?
Yeah, so the Nets just had probably their best day in weeks because they woke up yesterday in 10th place. And they won on last night, and everybody else in the play-in tournament lost. And that changed their entire situation. So now they're in 8th, and if they win the next 2 games, they're going to be in 7th with full control of their destiny. And being in 7th changes everything. That gives them a chance to have a much cleaner path. And I'll tell you, the Miami Heat, I could see them sending trays of fruit and offering wonderful post-game spreads and postseason vacations if they win that game Friday against the Cavs. Because if they win Friday against the Cavs, I think Miami's going to avoid them in the first round. So, having said all that, you asked me about Ben Simmons.
Yes.
Internally, the team is saying we can still bring him back. We can get him through a process and play him, and they believe that they would play him despite him never putting on a Nets uniform. They are saying we can bring him back in a playoff series. I think it would probably they'd have to go at least past the first round for that to be realistic because like with Zion, he hadn't played in like 340 days. So he can't just say, okay, you're cleared to play. Let's head out. Let's do a stretching routine and get out on the court. They're going to have to put him through multiple contact practices so that they see how his back reacts. They can't risk it otherwise. It's not prudent, to do that. And the problem is the G League is done. He can't go there. And the team isn't going to be practicing that much. So I'm not ruling it out, but I think it's probably going to take the Nets to get on to pull at least one quote-unquote upset to get deeper in to give him the time to do it.
What about Curry's ankle, Steph Curry's ankle, in time for the playoffs? Yeah. What are you hearing about there, Brian?
So to me, the West Conference playoffs is Ja's knee and Curry's ankle. Mm-hmm. And both Memphis and Golden State are saying the same thing. Don't worry about all these inactives. Don't worry that they're not practicing. Everything's going to be okay for the playoffs. Wink, wink. We're going to be fine. It's not my knee. It's not my ankle. Maybe that's true. Maybe Ja will come springing out of the tunnel for the opening round of the playoffs. Maybe Steph will be running around like everything is fine, by the second round, which is when they're going to really need him. But if I said I wasn't worried, I wouldn't be telling you the truth. I think those two factors are huge, and another reason why, if you're the Suns, you're feeling okay about your situation, especially if you can avoid injury yourself.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.